Alright everyone, so today I'm going to do a live site audit for one of our subscribers on our YouTube channel. Last week I put out a post on YouTube for all of my subscribers just asking if there's anyone out there who wants a free site audit. So we happen to have my guy Nathan here out of Des Moines, Iowa, that I'm going to run through his entire website as well as his Google Business profile and really just go through it start to finish exactly what I look for and what I would make changes if I was running his website for him. So throughout the video, if you're curious, if you want me to do your website, your Google Business profile or PPC profile for you, feel free to click the link in the description, realestateInvestorSEOguide.com. I'd be happy to chat with you. But today we got Nathan out of Des Moines, Iowa. Gonna check out everything, and it's gonna be very simple. And I'm gonna run through pretty much everything start to finish exactly the way that I do it, no matter if it's for myself, other clients, or whatever the case may be. So this is the website here. Obviously, he's got a Carrot website, which is awesome to see. I love Carrot. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go try to find the best guys out there. So as you can see, people who buy houses in Des Moines, I'm gonna look at that. So we have We Buy Houses in Des Moines, as well as Sell Now Iowa. See that we have that. And as you can see here, it looks like they're targeting Iowa with their homepage. So we're gonna click on a few more keywords like Sell My House Fast, Des Moines, and we're gonna go in here, and it looks like same top guys, and then I'm gonna do one more because this is what it's gonna tell me here, as I want to use us as an example. So yeah, I'll count these guys here as number 2. So sellnowiowa.com. So what I'll do is I will type them in here, sellnowiowa.com. Perfect. And then we're going to go to WeBuyHousesInDesMoines.com. Simple enough. In DesMoines.com. All right. Maybe I got to put this. I think this might be the right one. Want to make sure. All right, we're good. So these are pretty much the top guys in our market that are ranking well. Obviously, right now, Nathan's site, when I looked at it, isn't ranking too good at the moment, but it's something where I think with a few fixes, we definitely can do this. And obviously, there's a nice design here, but I'm not looking at that necessarily. The first thing I noticed with these guys, Sell Now Iowa, is that they don't have very much text on their on-page. If you look at SEO Quake, we're not working with a lot here. Well, it says 35. So where does that come from? So where's all this text coming from? Because I don't see much here. There must be something that I'm not seeing. There's something that I'm not seeing here. What am I not seeing? We'll get to the bottom of that here in a second. Let's see what this person has. 1640. What does our boy Nathan have for word count? 3368. Okay. I don't think we're too far off here, especially if this person's at 3577. But here, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go to SEMrush. We're going to go to Sell Now Iowa. We're going to see where this person's getting a majority of their traffic, as well as what backlinks they have, because that's going to be a big dictator here too. So it looks like authority score 13. Backlinks 1. Okay, let's see. So they have Better Business Bureau. It looks like that's an EDU. Okay, Iowa State. So that's a local link. Yellow Pages, Super Pages, List with Clever. Which if you're not in the real estate investor SEO world, List with Clever is basically like they're a directory out there that'll automatically put your website in there as long as you're ranking half decent. So if you ever see these backlinks List with Clever, they'll automatically show up for you as long as you start ranking in a pretty decent. Same with Real Estate Witch. Same exact thing here. So as you can see, all I see is basic directories. Okay, so we have House Buyers of America, Home Iowa. Okay. So we have this is, okay. Yeah, we are nothing crazy at all. Nothing crazy at all. At all. So where are they getting most of their traffic from? Because it looks like they're getting a decent amount here. Where are they getting most of their traffic from? Let's see. So it looks like right off the bat, they're getting most of their traffic from their brand name. Could mean a couple things. It could mean they run a lot of mail, and I don't live in Des Moines, but they could run a lot of mail. They could have a lot of commercials. They could do something like that. And I will say, from an SEO perspective, looking up, if you consistently look up your brand name, you are going to get better results. Because Google, they're trying to find the best local businesses out there who they don't necessarily like people who use SEO. So that's why you see some of these people who don't have a lot of text, which I don't know where exactly this, if SEO Quake is glitching on me, if there's seriously something I'm missing here. But there's not a lot on this page, and so that's why I wanted to check SEMrush, because I guarantee you most of the reason why they're ranking is brand traffic, because their backlink profile is not impressive. Very beatable. Very, 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 very beatable. They virtually maybe have like 5 guest posts you'd have to actually go and get. Maybe cost you $150 to go get those. But yeah, as you can see, there's really, I mean, we sell house for cash. Okay. So we have a few different things. They're ranking for a few different, like we buy houses Des Moines, a few different keywords, but they're getting most of their traffic from their brand name, which is helping their ranking pretty significantly. So let's look at this person. Let's see if this person's getting, because it looks like they have 1,600 words. Let's see where they're getting most of their traffic. All right. Traffic 70. Okay. They're getting most of their traffic, it appears, from their profile, which is what that means here. Obviously, they could be getting traffic from, so like as you can see here, they're ranked number 2 for that, and they get 1 person a month. So my house was Des Moines, so they get 9 people on their profile. Okay, interesting. So these guys are organic. They don't do anything as far as, they don't really have any brand searches hardly. So that's a good sign. These guys rank consistently with very little brand searches. So it also tells me that's a good thing. That's kind of what we want to see here. Because the last thing you want to see is the top 3 people having a bunch of brand searches, and it's like, gosh, that's pretty tough. So let's see. Backlinks 236. Let's see what we're rocking with here. So it looks like, okay, House Beautiful. Yeah, that's a good link. Looks like they do a lot of HARO, so helping a reporter out. If you don't know what that is, helping a reporter out is like, it literally, you can type in here, help a reporter. Once it loads, it's basically a service that connects journalists and consumers, so professionals in the industry. So obviously, these people are reaching out, Realtor.com, House Beautiful, Homes and Gardens, right? Apartment Therapy. All these are what we call HARO links, Finance Buzz, Go Banking Rates, New American Funding. All of these, every single one of those, right? Those 6 ones that I saw. So all you have to do is put your email address in here, preferably one with your domain. So example, in Nathan's case, I would go out there and get nathan@dsmswifthomebuyers.com. I would go and get those. Put your email in here with that company email. It's going to go to your company email, and you're going to respond anything that's real estate related. As you can see, you want to go get these links as much as you can. House Beautiful, Realtor.com, Homes and Gardens, Apartment Therapy, Homes and Gardens again, Chowhound, Finance Buzz, RealHomes.com, Go Making Rates. That's 10 links right there. Though they are achievable. Anybody can achieve these links. You see a link from Realtor.com, you're like, holy smokes, how did he get that, right? It's not that hard. If you just put in time and effort into HARO, you can get these same links. It just takes time. It takes time to get those type of links. The good thing is, though, is our other top competitor didn't have as much links, had some brand searches, didn't have as much links. So I definitely think that maybe this person here, there could be a potential for an on-page adjustment that they could have. That kind of tells me, because this is a very good, I would say for this area, Des Moines isn't like a massive area by any means. This is a pretty stellar, for his area, a pretty stellar backlink profile. I would say, you have a very credible links here, list with clever, so that means you've been up there a while, Real Estate Witch, just like we talked about before, all the same directories as our other Sell Now Iowa, House Buyers of America, same link, find us here, same link. So this is spot on to the top guy. It looks like the gap, what we call backlink gap, meaning you go after your top competitors with the links that they have, get those first. Those are the first things you want to get, is what your competitors have. Because if you can get those, that's pretty much, that's the name of the game. And I would argue this guy even has a better backlink profile. And this goes to show. So obviously, he has better backlink, but still very achievable. But this obviously goes to show this guy has a way better backlink profile than the Sell Now Iowa person, right? But it goes to show that relevancy and credibility plays a part. You can have credibility, but if your relevancy isn't good enough, then you won't, right? You won't rank as well. And so this is where I'm seeing maybe our boy We Buy Houses in Des Moines on page could be lacking, but also it could be offsetting due to the brand traffic that Sell Now Iowa is getting. Could be very possible that that's happening. But what we want to do is, I see the on page here, very basic carrot site. It looks like he's got supporting content, which is great. Des Moines, great. What I would recommend, Nathan, is linking your Google Business Profile, which I see here, which we will get to. Link your Google Business Profile in there. It's just going to make it just more credible. It's kind of just one of those things. Let's see here. So we also, so we're linking to our supporting content again. So this is blog content. Okay. So we're linking to a lot of supporting content. Okay. For sure. It looks like we have county pages, which I'm only concerned really about Des Moines at this point. I'm not concerned about location pages because we're going after Des Moines. What I would recommend, Nathan, for sure, is go ahead and try to update your content. So what I would do is I would look up Sell My House Fast, Des Moines. And what I would do is go to images here and use all these words as much as you can throughout your text, right? So if we do the same thing, so right here at the top, use as many of these words as you can. We Buy Houses, Des Moines. Same thing, right? And then I would do one more, cash home buyers, and I would use all of these words that you're seeing in here. Besides other company names, I would use all these words: closing costs, house fast, cash offer, property, investors. All these words, I would use them more often because this is a very basic carrot website. It's pretty fresh out of the box. I can tell you maybe changed a few photos and things like that, but it's definitely something where I would add more content here. And I'll also link a video in the description for writing content. Now it looks like you added this content yourself. Looks like a little bit of ChatGPT maybe helped you out with it already. So in this case, maybe I would even shorten up the content because it looks like we have 3577. Top competitor has, or this is number 2, 1640. 3368. So final resolution here, I think you take your content down to 2,500 words and make it more quality rather than quantity. Looks like you have a ton of fluff in here from old carrot stuff. Get rid of this stuff. Maybe this content here is a little bit better down here. We can look into keyword density here too as well. Let's see. Sell Now Iowa, We Buy Houses. Okay. So our keyword density right now, so we have sell, or let's look at our top guy. So this is our top guy. Sell 1.68% of the time. House 0.62 over here. Sell 0.98. House 1.1 or 1.65. Okay. So then here we are. Sell 1.28. House 1.57. So yeah, I would dial in our content just a little bit better. Less the amount of words, so we're at like 3,300. Get down to like even 25 to 2,800. Get rid of some fluff and maybe touch it up a little bit. Add those entities just like I was talking about here at the top of the page. Add those as much as you can. And then what we need to do is, I'm going to check on Des Moines here because it looks like this person doesn't use Des Moines very much. Okay. So weird. Des Moines 2.56. Des Moines 2.08. So yeah, I would shorten up your content because it's going to increase your keyword density, meaning how often you're using these certain words. Make your content 25 to 2,800 words. Dial in your keyword densities a little bit better. So for example, the average, so 2.56, and I know this person isn't using it. So say for example, sell, we're at 1.68, and then for sell here, we're at 0.98. You want to stay within that 1.3, and it looks like we're right on point. So you want to make sure that you do that. So it looks like sell is looking great. I would keep sell where it's at, but you want to make sure you do that for all the rest of the keywords too. But otherwise, I don't think on page is too far off. I think we're very close there. Add more entities, shorten up the content just a little bit because I'm a big fan of more quality over quantity, especially in this case scenario where we have a little bit of widespread. We have 1,600 words, 3,300 words. So let's get in the middle there of 2,500 to 2,800 words, and then dial in our densities a little bit better. add the entities, I think on page will look much better. And then what you can also do is I'll also link a video to this too, where I would dial in your headers just a little bit too, because you want to see what they're using in their headers as well, as far as their on page. So if we go over here, sell your house fast in Des Moines, I would try your best to match how many times they use the same keyword. So we have 14, so we have 10, 20, 26, 27, 28. I think that was right. 28 roughly. We'll just go with it. That's fine. 28, 13, 17, 18, 23, 28, 30. So we have 30 headers, 28 headers. What do we got? Are we close? Yes, 26. Okay, so this is another point. Add a few more headers using the keywords you want to rank for. Sell your house fast, we buy houses, cash home buyers. It looks like you got a few going on here. What I would do is I would put sell your house fast in Des Moines. That's what I would put in here instead of we buy houses in Des Moines, Iowa for cash. It's just kind of a thing that I do. So add more headers. Take away some of the content. Make it more dense and rich with entities. Dial in your keyword density just a little bit. I'll put video descriptions for all this down below. So that's on page. Now, as far as backlink profile, Nathan, let's go look at this. Let's go look at our backlink profile, see what we're rocking with. Because obviously we've seen our competitors. We've seen they have some decent backlinks here. They got a pretty decent profile, especially for the area. I was honestly shocked to see that our number 2 guy was as, quote, good as he was. So as you can see here, yeah, there's not a whole lot backlinks here. So what I would recommend doing, Nathan, is dial in your on page first. I guarantee you're going to get more traction than that. Obviously, it's a good thing that we don't have a ton of competitors that are doing, that probably are much better than these guys. So if we're able to beat these guys' backlink profile, and you're not very far off, honestly, even with what you have, even though we don't really have much here, it doesn't really take that long to get to this point. It probably took a few months of work and consistent work. Harrow takes a long time. But yeah, like I said, put your email in here. Go ahead and make an email. Nathan@dsmswiftHomeBuyers.com. Make an email. Put it in here. And then you're going to be able to achieve these links, and it's going to send out queries every single day. And you can then, you just want to make sure that you answer to the ones that are relevant to what your profession is in. And obviously you can see all these are relatively real estate related. Realtor.com, garden features, apartment therapy. You get the point. Real estate related. You want to get those. But I would also recommend getting some directories. As you can see here, these guys have some pretty good, they have a consistent directory, and just go ahead and look at this and get the same ones. So we have Dex Knows, and Find Us Here. I noticed they both had that as well. A to Z pages. But you get my point. Basically, go out and get these same links. Go out and get those main directories. So Find Us Here, Dex Knows, a couple of those other ones. Get the main directories. Then you want to fill out Harrow. Then you want to go ahead and do this. And honestly, first do your on page like I mentioned before. Then you want to go ahead and add your directories in here. Then you want to sign up for Harrow once you get done with that, and you want to respond to as many queries as you possibly can. Honestly, from here, at this point, I really would not do anything else at all, Nathan. Get your on-page dialed in just a little bit better, take back the fluff, add a few headers, add a more entity rich, dial in your keyword density, on-page will be looking great. Then from here, once you get some basic backlinks, build the social medias, build an Instagram, a Facebook, a Pinterest, a Zillow profile, a LinkedIn. You get my point. Get these socials. And then you want to go out and get these basic directories like this person has. So Dex Knows. What was the next one? Find Us Here. You want to go ahead and get that. So as you can see, Find Us Here. You can literally go ahead in here and sign up. And obviously he just has a business with his profile in there. And that's what gives him a link, right? So you want to go ahead, because those are most of the time free, is to get those. And what's even better with Help a Reporter, this is also free. So really, I would say you are not very far. Like, you're probably three to 6 quality months away from some consistency here to ranking pretty well. Get your on-page dialed in. set up your social media and directories and fill out, help a reporter out. And honestly, if you stay consistent with that, you'll be looking very, very good because it's what your competitors have at the end of the day. Your competitors have these. Try to get these same ones if you can, especially realtor.com, homes and gardens. Try to get those same ones as much as you can. List with Clever, those will come naturally. A few of these other ones will come naturally, like Super Pages, another directory, right? But there's a lot of things in here that are very, very doable. Just get the basic directories that these people have and then just do Haro and you'll have success. There's really not much else to it. It's just consistency, making sure you're getting those links after your on page is dialed in quite well. And I think you're going to have a lot of success, my friend. So, with that being said, let's look at your Google Business Profile as much as we can get out of it. Let's see what we can get here. Okay, so we might be a little bit better here. So what I recommend, I'll link to another video on how to set up your Google Business Profile as well. But what I would recommend here, the name is a little bit deceiving, and I know I've spoke with Nathan in the past. He said his previous one got suspended, which in our industry unfortunately does happen. With all that. But with that being said, try and see, because it looks like DSM Swift Home Buyers. I don't mind that. DSM Swift Home Buyers is a pretty good name. I would try to take out Lee Investments LLC DBA. Take that out because as long as you have the DBA, it's provable that you have it, and so you can go ahead and take this out. I don't think they'll try and re-verify you. As long as you have a good address, which it looks like you do, I don't think they're going to really re-verify you, so you're good to go there. Then from there, what I would see is we have a few photos in here. What I would do is right off the bat, okay, now you've changed your name to DSM Swift Home Buyers. What I would do from there is I would definitely add more photos. Add about 3 to 5 photos each week, or 5 to 10 photos each week for the next month. Add as many photos as you can and try to aim to get at least 1 to 2 reviews every single week. This is our goal, and I tell this to every single one of my clients. We do this in our own company. You can get a review from anybody you want, right? Preferably people who are local in your area. So in your case, try to get a Des Moines local review, right? Nothing wrong with reviews outside of Des Moines, but it's just going to help you a little bit more if they are local. So try to get anybody. It could be fellow colleagues like realtors, cash buyers, people who work at the title company that you close with, anything like that. You can get them to fill out a review. But what I caution against, don't go on a review spree. Don't go, trying to get everybody don't get 50 reviews in one day and then shut down. You have to stay consistent. I promise you, reviews are not everything when it comes to ranking. Definitely just get reviews consistently. 1 to 2 reviews every week, no matter what. Get at least 1 to 2 every single week, because over the course of a year, you'll have over 50 reviews. And Google likes a consistent 50 reviews over a blasted 100 reviews, and then it's not consistent. Google loves consistency with reviews more than the amount of reviews you have. So keep that in mind. But what I would do, like I said, add more photos, change that name, take Lee Investments LLC DBA, take that out. If they try to cause problems with you, you can shoot me another DM on Instagram and I'd be happy to, no worries, no obligation. Since I told you to do this, if they give you trouble, I will show you exactly what to do in this scenario and help you get it back. I don't think they'll cause a problem. Then from there, maybe you can add like a keyword from adding Des Moines. That's something later on down the road. Get a little bit more reviews, add a few photos for the next month here, and then I think you'd be looking a lot better. Then from there, there's a few more adjustments that I would make, preferably with the name. So DSM Swift Home Buyers, after you have some reviews and photos, then I would maybe add a hyphen and say, sell your house fast in Des Moines, because it looks like a lot of your competitors are doing this, right? So if we go to cash home buyers in Des Moines, or even better, sell my house fast Des Moines, it looks like there's a lot of competitors that are doing this. And so I would recommend, you kind of have to match those people, right? You kind of have to do so. So I would recommend, after you get some reviews, after you get some photos, maybe try and go for the name change there and see what we can do. But also, go ahead and watch my video for Google My Business, and you may want to add some keywords in the services as well. Make sure you're filling out everything possible. I would start maybe posting a little bit more, like once a month. You don't need to post every day, but once a month is great. But that's pretty much all I would do with Google Business Profile at this point, because with what it looks like in Des Moines, it doesn't look like anything is too competitive to the point where I'm like, shocked. Because if we go here, 39 reviews, 7 reviews, 12 reviews, it's like and they're not even all 5-star. There's definitely, because you might even be, who knows, you might even, let's look where you're at. No, that's no worries. That's no worries. As long as you just do everything right, over time, get the reviews, get the photos, and continue to do what I just said with the profile. You'll have a good ranking there. But otherwise, man, this is kind of the good. I mean, everything looks like you have a solid foundation here. You have everything set up. It looks like you've changed some content. You've done some stuff. Go back, yeah. Focus on your on page. Get that set up first. Once that's done, get your directories, set up your social media, and get on Harrow. Get on here with a business email, and that's honestly it. The best part about this is to do that. It doesn't cost really. It costs almost $0 to do all of that. So that's the great part about SEO. It just takes a little. I would say it's going to take you, especially with some Harrow. I would say it's going to take you 3 to 6 months of consistency. Get the on page done. Get the directories. Then it's going to take 3 to 6 months to start getting some consistent links from Harrow, and you'll actually start to see results. Because with your on page, once you update that, you might get to the second or third page, but to get to that number 1 spot, or at least top 3, you're going to want more power with those backlinks. Quality over quantity any day of the week, and Harrow is going to be able to do that for you. I wouldn't recommend going out and buying links from anywhere. I wouldn't do any of that, because it looks like your competitors aren't doing that at all, so you don't need to. All you need to do is just even get a few links from here, 3, 4, 5, 6 links from here, which maybe takes only 3 months, but it could take up to 6 months to get. And I think you're looking great. I think everything's looking pretty good, especially once you get your Google Business Profile ranked better. That's also going to help you increase, because if you're getting traffic from there, Google's going to naturally reward you for that. So otherwise, that's pretty much it for my live audit. If you have any questions on any of this, please feel free to comment below. But otherwise, no, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. If you want to speak with me about me doing your website, Google Business Profile, or PPC campaign for you, feel free to click the link in the description below, realestateinvestorseo guy.com, and I'd love to chat with you. But thanks for watching.